All right, so the amount of people who have always been asking me about how I get my shoulders as wide and as capped as they are, they always ask me how I do it, right? And disclaimer, yes, some of this is genetic. Actually, a lot of it is genetics to where, like, you know, my muscle insertions, just how my physique looks overall, slim waist, all of that comes from genetics for sure. But there are ways to be able to maximize your genetics by using what I did to, I don't even think I've maximized mine yet, but I've done a lot of work to be able to build these shoulders out. Because if you didn't know, I did a bodybuilding competition about 2 years ago, I want to say, about a year or 2 years ago. And I got second overall, first in all of my classes. Biggest thing that helped me was my shoulders, obviously, and my back. But for specifically my shoulders, I did a lot of work when it came to volume, right? So a lot of people, when they train shoulders, they do the typical 3 sets of 10. I did not do that. I was doing 5 sets of 20 of lateral raises every single day. And I know this literally like flies over so many people's heads that are like in the fitness community. They're like, you shouldn't be training this hard, that's overtraining. I did not care. I wanted to grow my shoulders. So I literally did 100 lateral raises a day until my show, and my shoulders were capped all the way out, right? And so that's the biggest thing, is repetition and using lighter weights. I used to use heavy weights for my shoulders in terms of lateral raises until I realized that there are smaller muscles in your shoulders, right? There are smaller joints, there are smaller muscles that are supporting your shoulder. So to be able to train those smaller muscles, you need to use smaller weights or lower weights in terms of like how much they weigh, obviously, to be able to make sure that you target those smaller muscles. Your shoulder is not a massive muscle like your quad or your chest. It's literally like made up of smaller, tinier muscles that you need to be able to target using isolative exercises such as the lateral raise, front raise. You know, obviously like the Arnold press is really good to kind of get that front delt. So you want to have that 3D look with your shoulders, right? I still haven't developed my 3D look yet, as you guys can see. Oh, that was crazy. I don't know what that was. But a lot of the shoulder thing that I have right here, so the back shoulder, the rear delt, is something that you really want to train as well, because when you go back, you start to see that rear delt, but then on the side, you want to be able to do these lateral raises to be able to make sure that you get your side lats, because that's what's going to show you that capped look. But then when it comes to that back, you want to do a lot of face pulls, because the face pulls are really what's going to accentuate your rear delts, which is going to give you more of that 3D look. And obviously your front delts are going to be front raises, any type of press movement, that's going to help. So all 3 of those, if you can develop that, you'll get that 3D look. And so a secret that I've used to remain wide when it comes to my lateral raises, because at the end of the day, the way that your shoulders look wider is also how your back is structured. So I have a wider back, as you can see. If I open up my lats like this, you can kind of see like all of my like lat right here. So bodybuilders like to call this sitting on your lats, and a lot of people don't know how to do this. So all you do really is, I'll show you guys right here. You're here, and you just open up, right? So when you open up, that's going to allow, and at least for me, more isolation on my shoulder caps than if I were to just stay closed in and just going like this. So I'd open up my lats, and it would just isolate all right here, and I just get that capped look that a lot of people are looking for. That's a secret to really doing lateral raises in a different way. I was doing that, and I was using way less weights, and I wasn't going all the way up, because as you can see, when you're opened up like this and you go up, your shoulders kind of stop right here, right? And so you can come back down. Whereas when I'm just like this, relaxed, I can go as high as I want, right? So that kind of like affects your traps. So when you open up your lats, when you do a shoulder raise, right, your traps are closed in, or so your traps are flatter, right? So when your traps are flatter, you can engage more of that shoulder, and you can also engage your lats, which will allow for your shoulder to be more stable and sit on your lats to be able to make sure that they get the most engagement to get the capped out look that you want, right? So that's what I did really to build out my shoulders. I did a lot of front raises, lateral raises. I did cable raises as well. I did a lot of face pulls, a lot of upright rows, just different angles to really hit the muscle. But at the end of the day, that's what helped me the most. Everything else was kind of just repetition and just overall eating, right? Making sure that I was in the caloric surplus, and just building that out, building the shoulders out, targeting the shoulders. I would do push-pull legs, but then I got to a point where I needed to just do push-pull legs and just have an extra shoulder day, right? So that's another trick. If you're looking to build a specific part of your body, make sure that you pick a day to really train that body part and actually pump a lot of volume through. That's what's gonna help you the most. So for me, a lot of what I was trying to do was pump a lot of volume into my shoulders, and so that way I could really just grow it as much as I possibly could. I took breaks, of course, when I would do like my legs, right? I wouldn't do shoulders, but you really wanna isolate that. You wanna get as many reps in as possible, and obviously get an adequate amount of rest. But at the end of the day, you need to do a lot of repetitions with lower weight. That's what I want you to take away from this video. Do higher repetitions with lower weight for your shoulders. It's going to help you grow significantly more. Doing extremely heavy weight is really just going to help you with your front delts because they're a bigger muscle, but like your side delts, like your rear delts, that is literally going to be more lighter weight because they're smaller muscle groups, right? So make sure that you're handling that. I'll give you guys a quick shoulder workout that I do that you can do as well. So I'm gonna catch you guys in the workout specifically, but I'm just gonna go over just a few exercises that you can do to actually make sure that your shoulders are growing the way that they should. All right, y'all. So just got done with the workout. Just real quick, just something that you could do, quick shoulder day. Anybody can do it, but it will really help you grow your shoulders. It's a lot of reps, it's a lot of sets. But that's what you need. You need to override your shoulders. Your shoulders are, for some people, some of the hardest muscle groups to actually build. But the minute that you actually put in this work, you do this very simple workout, not a lot of exercises, literally 4 exercises, you're gonna kill it. Your shoulders are gonna get capped out. Obviously, you wanna build your lats out as well. I hope you took that away from this as well. For lateral raises, make sure that you open your lats. All right, I'll do it again for you. So you here, boom, close lats, open lats, right? Everything sits. This is classic bodybuilding, right? Classic bodybuilding, but you can utilize this to be able to activate your shoulders, all right? So make sure that you take these tips, do 30 seconds to about 60 seconds in terms of rest, and keep doing this consistently every week, and your shoulders will grow, I promise you. The reason why people's shoulders don't grow is they don't put enough volume into their shoulders. Same thing with legs. I need to grow my legs a lot more. They're not that crazy. I need to actually push this down so you can see, because a lot of people are like, oh, what do your legs look like? My legs aren't bad, right? It could get better, but at the end of the day, I'm 6'2", I am 225 pounds. So for me, it's gonna take a lot of work when it comes to my legs. I'm gonna need to do a lot more reps in my legs to really see how I wanna look. But when it comes down to my shoulders, I put in a lot of reps. My chest too, I had a bird chest when I was young. I put in a lot of reps. So every single muscle group that you wanna build, you need to be willing to put a lot of reps in, a ton of repetitions to be able to really push the volume, get the growth, so that way you can look the way that you wanna look. So I appreciate y'all. I hope this video was helpful to you. Sign up to Training Grounds. It's my training community where I teach everybody training, nutrition, even business, mindset, everything. Everything you need to be a multi-dimensionally jacked man. If you want one-on-one coaching from me, whether it's fitness, whether it's business, specifically fitness, tap into the link below, apply, schedule a call with me. We can talk about your fitness goals and we can look to achieve it within 90 days. So appreciate you, and I'm gonna catch you on the next video. Let's conquer the world together. That's why I created Training Grounds. Training Grounds is the ultimate self-development and fitness community where you'll learn training, nutrition, build social skills and network. You need to have a community of men around you that are elevating you on a day-to-day basis, that's going through a lot of the trials and tribulations, so that way you don't feel alone. That's why I created Training Grounds. You'll learn how to build an incredible business for yourself from me. So tap in, link is in the description. Become a conqueror, be around other conquerors, and let's conquer the world together. I'm gonna catch you in Training Grounds.